Yo, what's up guys, my name is Mr. Freeze2244 and welcome to the Illusory Elusive Target Arcade contract. And this will be unlocking the Neon Ninja suit. I'm going to be showing you a little bit of a showcase at the end and show you that it's completely broken and in dark scenes. So in this video I'll be covering all these Elusive Target Arcade contracts with the default loadout as well. I'll be doing a separate video on the optimized routes. I've completely forgotten which ones I haven't done with optimized loadout. Let me know in the comments which ones I've missed out because I can't remember. And I need to get on to recording those. And we'll be doing it like within the next week or so after this. So for level 1 we have the twin. So we're going to be using the default loadout. We're going to start in the default location, which is the main square. As I said, I'll be covering the this particular contract as well as a couple of others with the optimized routes with the optimized loadout. In other words, I'll be using all the equipment to my advantage. So if you do have a lot of equipment, you might be best to watch that one. But if you want just this Elusive Target Arcade done really easily with no equipment, this is how you do it. So I'm going to pass through my safe house right here. I'm going to go grab the kitchen staff disc, guys. I'm going to use that a little bit later on. So the complication for this Elusive Target Arcade contract is we're only allowed to pacify one person. However, it's not going to be an instant fail now if you pacify multiple people. It's just an optional objective that you can follow. But just make sure you don't knock out the wrong brother, otherwise it will be an instant fail. So we're coming to the kitchen now. We're going to grab that rat poison and we're going to head down towards the harbour. Now, back in Hitman 1, I really thought this Elusive Target was really good. It was one of my favourites. But over the years, I've come to dislike it more and more. Purely because of the fact that there's so few opportunities, if not any opportunities. I think there's just one, which is the opportunity I'm going to use. It's just they haven't given the player anything to work with. You have to make sure you get the correct brother as well, the one with the watch. It's so specific. They've got 2 bodyguards that don't take away weapons or anything like that. You can't really isolate them. It's very difficult to create any kind of chances for this Elusive Target. It's very frustrating. But they don't really give you anything for it. So, and again, unfortunately, to take advantage of this one and only method that they actually give the player, you have to wait around for a considerable amount of time. Now, you can follow them around if you want to. However, that's going to take longer because you're going to have to listen to every single one of their conversations. So what I advise you to do is just sit on this bench, read this newspaper, and just chill for the next 10 minutes or so. I'm going to come back to this. I'm going to skip to the point where they actually turn up to where we need them to be. We need them to turn up at that wine shop just there in the distance in the corner. That's where we need them to be. So I'm going to skip ahead 10 minutes and we'll get to the next part. So as I said, after about 10 minutes or so, they'll appear there in the distance. And then we're going to head straight to the wine shop. So this is where we're going to poison a glass of wine. However, one of the brothers, the brother that we are not supposed to do anything with, he's going to take the drink of the wine first. It's the wine on the counter, the red wine, and he's going to drink it first. And then the correct target, Dylan Narvaez, is going to take it the second time. However, we need to interrupt him drinking that wine, and then we need to poison it. If we poison it before, we're going to poison the wrong brother, so we need to make sure that we poison the correct one. So you need to follow about what I'm about to do. So first of all, the brother on the left is going to take a drink of the wine first. We need to stand in this position where I am right now, between these 2 barrels. It's going to seem like a bit of a mess in a second, but you'll see what I'm trying to attempt. So the first, he takes a drink of the wine. Now, the moment the second brother reaches his arm out, you want to throw a coin just behind him, right there. The glass is going to disappear. Next, we're going to put a couple of coins on the floor just to get him to move. Now, the object is not going to be floating in midair, but we need to poison it. That is the glass of wine. I know you just poison midair, but that's what happens. Happens every time. Didn't used to, but that's what happens now. It just disappears. So he's drunk that poisoned glass right now, and he's going to head off to be sick. So what we attempted basically just did there, we got him to just move out of the way before he drank the wine, so it gives us an opportunity to poison it before he gets to drink it again. It might seem a little bit complicated, but trust me, it's easier. It's easier done than said. So what we need to do is use our one and only pacification on this bodyguard, because he follows him in this area. I'm going to close the door behind him. We're going to pacify the bodyguard. And then we're going to take out the target. You can either fiber wire him or shoot him, whatever.
Target eliminated.
Next, we're going to drag both of these bodies up the stairs and around the corner, because the last thing we want to do is open that door and let everyone see the bodies. So you don't want to be playing 15 minutes of this and then get to the point where, you know, you got the bodies found, you're going to have to restart again. So you don't really want that to happen. So we're going to drag these bodies around the corner. Make sure we pick up the gun as well. Put it away before we open the door. Then we're going to head straight over to the speedboat just over the opposite side of the harbour. And that's it. So, like I said, it may seem like a complicated thing what we did in that little wine shop there, but it's not. It really isn't. We just ultimately need to get the target to move out of the way so we can poison that glass of wine before he drinks it. Simple. So as we speed away in our little speedboat, we'll get a silent assassin rating for level 1. Let's get a confirmation of that, and we can move on to level 2, which I will not be doing commentary for because I've done it so many times. It just doesn't need commentary, trust me. So there's a silent assassin for level 1. We can move on to level 2, which is the politician. So now you'll probably realise why I'm not going to provide commentary. So I'll see you in level 3.
To New Zealand, 47. Your target and her double are both preparing for their undoubtedly tearful comeback speech. I suspect Dame Barbara wouldn't settle for anything less than a perfect doppelganger, so a little additional reconnaissance might be in order. Target eliminated. Well done, 47. The client is transferring a very charitable donation as we speak. Time to make your exit.
Now, for level 3, we have the Black Hat in Paris. So, again, only one pacification allowed. Again, we're starting off with the default loadout, starting off with the red carpet. I'm going to skip the opening panning shot, and we're going to head straight to where our target is. He's going to be in the attic, basically where the the vampire magician disguise is in the main mission. That's where the target is. We are going to need to knock out one of the use our one and only pacification to get a key card to get into that room, so we have to make sure we do everything right. So the first thing we need to do is run past all of these NPCs, run past that guard right there who is an enforcer, but you don't have to worry about him too much. Gonna leap over this wall. Get on the other side of this area. As soon as we leap this, we're going to be in a trespassing zone. So keep that in mind. And we're going to take the pipe all the way up. We're not going to bother with the invitation because it just takes too long. So we're just going to take this pipe all the way up. And this way we get to keep our weapon as well. Once we've vaulted over the wall, we can now head into the attic. So what I'd usually do is knock out quite a few people. I think 3 people overall I knock out. But I'm not going to do it this time because like I said, we've only got 1 pacification allowed. So once we enter this area, grab that wrench right there and stay in this position. Because this guard on the left is the person I usually knock out, but we're not going to do that this time because of the complication. So he's going to walk away. That guard is there, is going to cause us some problems because he's now facing the door. So we need to wait for him to move before we can exit the door. There we go. Now we can run over here. Now press your body against this little statue. And then from this point, you're going to pull out your coin and then throw it in the corner of that area over there. That's going to distract the guard on the right. He's going to go over to investigate. Make sure you stay here in this position and select your wrench. And once he goes into the corner, you want to go ahead and throw this wrench at his head. It's going to knock him out. And it gives us an opportunity to grab his disguise and grab the key card that he drops on the floor as well. If that other guard somehow miraculously sees that, then you're going to have to restart and try again. But he shouldn't see anything. On this point, we're just going to shoot out the camera because that's going to cause some issues. That guard's going to put his finger to his ear and talk to nobody. And then he's going to look around, look a bit shifty, and then go back to his guard duty.
Command, we're clear. Area secure.
Good work, guard. There we go. So now we can use the card on the door and enter the room. There's 1 enforcer in here, which is the one and only bodyguard in the room. I'm going to close that door behind us. And what we're going to do at this point is just wait in this position until the guy with the white jacket approaches the guard and tells him that he needs to go to the loo. The guard will tell him to go to the toilet in the corner, in the bucket over there, and that is when we're going to take out our target. So I'm going to skip to that point, and I'm going to take you through the next steps. So there we go, he's told him to go and take a leak in the corner. What we also need to do is make sure that guy with the white cap right there is looking the other way before we take him out. That is very important, because he is otherwise going to see us. So make sure he has got his back to us before we take out the target. There we go. Here is our opportunity. Garrote him with a fiber wire, then stick him in the nearby crate. Once you've done that, you can now exit the room. So again, just be careful of the bodyguard that's out here. He's an enforcer still. You can run past him. Now you can have 2 options. You can either put your suit back on or follow the path I'm about to take. There is a lot of enforcers up here with this disguise. It's not the best disguise in the world, but it's probably better than the suit passing through here. You're a lot less likely to get detected. So from this point, we can now go through the Iago auction, throughout the back, and if you climb over the ledge, there's going to be a pipe. That'll give you the opportunity to slide all the way down. Once we've slid down the pipe, we can now take the helicopter exit. Just be wary of the bodyguards that are circulating the helicopter, and also the guard in the front of the helicopter. I don't recall this helicopter being on in the main mission. Has that always been on, or is it just me? I don't remember this helicopter being with the engine on. It's just, I don't know. Maybe it's exclusive of this, I'm not sure. But there we go. It's relatively straightforward overall. You don't really need to do those multiple pacifications like I usually do in the other videos. But this just goes to show you that you can achieve it with just one knockout. It's the no knockouts is when it becomes a problem. Because without equipment, how are you supposed to get in that door? That's the tricky part. So once you've completed this, I've got a silent assassin rate in here. Once you've completed this, we'll get the neon ninja suit. And this is what it looks like. Welcome to Paris.
I was just about to start. This is the red carpet event of the season, and the guest list is a veritable who's who of the global fashion elite. You will find Viktor Novikov basking in the spotlight, while Dalia Margolis hosts the heavily guarded auction on the second floor for a group of Iago's top customers. Now, event security will keep a watchful eye on any suspicious activity, but I trust your timeless look shall fit right in. Good luck, 47.
Your timeless look will fit right in, Diana says. And that other woman says, big, bold, and impossible to ignore. Indeed! What is this? I'm a human lighthouse. What? What is this? This is ridiculous. Surely this is not supposed to be like this. In the light, it's fine. But in the dark, it is incredibly ridiculous. Look at this. I've never seen anything like this before. I mean, we knew the bloom and the lighting was bad in this game when it comes to bright environments coming out of it. Oh my days, this is ridiculous. The light effect just turns itself off when you aim down sight as well. And the light is not projecting on other things as well. This is just... I don't really know what is going on here, but it's not bad when it goes in the light here. It's not too bad in this area. But it's just once you go in a bit of darkness, it just becomes blinding. It's blinding. But if you go and do a different mission or somewhere else, it's not that bad. So this is Ambrose Island, and I think this is how it's supposed to look. It's a shame that the light doesn't reflect onto different things, like you're not projecting any light. It's sort of one of those just glow in the dark things, isn't it? But it's once you get into really dark areas, it just becomes ridiculously strong. But on maps that are generally quite bright, like Whittleston Creek and Sapienza and stuff like that, it's not that bad. But it feels broken. But that's going to do it for this video, so thank you very much for watching. Feel free to drop a like on this video if you enjoyed it or it helped you out. Subscribe if you are new to the channel, and hit the bell notification to be notified of all future videos and live streams. Consider supporting me on Patreon or even becoming a member of the channel by clicking the join button below, or clicking the link in the description for all the details of all the perks that comes with it. Thank you very much for watching. Thank you very much for all your support. I will see you in the next video. Cheers.